Hey, this is Dr. Pete, and just wanted to give an update on my knee surgery. They had to go to the VA and Veterans Affairs in Louisville, Kentucky, and had a knee injury from the forces when I got injured, and that's a long story, different day, different time. But there's things they had to remove, and so this went on for some time, and we're talking over a decade, 15 years probably, and it just got to the point where there was so much swelling and movement that they had to go in and finally say enough's enough. We're gonna have to cut open your knee and take things out, and that's a good thing. I was always told kick the can as long as you can, but when you can't kick the can anymore, it starts becoming quite the issue. So really the point of this is not to talk about that, but to say a lot of thank you for people. Number of people called, Chris Godey, and I mean, there's a list of them, but there's a lot of people that called, and a lot of Legionnaires and veterans, and a lot of good friends, and texts and Facebooks, our modern society where your phone throws up in 4 or 5 different ways, and Marty Goley, and just a long range of people. But I do appreciate that quite a bit. Had a lot of like Casey Howard, a number of Christian friends that were very supportive with prayer, and a lot of people on even Facebook prayers, and that means a lot. I don't think people realize the power of prayer, and just the knowing that people care makes a difference. But really the focus of this is talking about the care at the VA. I'm gonna write a thank you letter to the director about all these people, but I want to make it clear through the whole process. Even I'll skip getting there, but when the day of my surgery, they made it clear, they gave me pamphlets beforehand, things to think about and do, gave me a phone call, told me what time, when to show up, where to show up, how to get there. When I was getting on the elevator, what was really interesting is that I was waiting for this one elevator in Louisville at VAMC that goes to the 4th floor, and this surgeon was there, and he was dressed in surgeon clothes, and he says, "Do you need to go to the 4th floor for surgery?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And so he gets me in another elevator, he uses his key, and he takes me right there, and he says, "There you go. That'll save you some time." And, that's a doctor, surgeon. He didn't have to do that. But it was really cool. I didn't get his name because he had his surgeon stuff on. So having said that, I went in the door, and the lady was busy, and I sat down. She said, "What's your name?" And I was about to get up, but my knee's killing me. She says, "Just sit there. Give me your name, last 4. And she does. She goes, "You're checked in. Just sit there and spend time with your wife. That's great." So my chastity was sitting there, and we're all waiting, and they have this weird door. It doesn't really open so fast on one side, but the other side it keeps opening up. So we're always opening. We're looking, and when you get back to, I'm starting to think about when I was injured, and that kind of gives you a stress and anxiety. And but anyways, my chastity was there. It was really good. And then they take me back, and they put me on the bed, and I got to change out. One minute I can wear my underwear, next minute I can't. And that one minute I can wear socks, and they gave me new socks, and so that was cool. And they were very, very interesting because they were like, "Okay, it's a little cool. We got this hot blanket or we got a blanket, and it was hot. It was like a really warm blanket." I was like, "Oh, that's great," One lady, she starts taking vitals, hooking me up, and she was really nice. And then she "I gotta shave your knee. Which one is it?" And I said, "Well, I put an X on it, so you all won't make a mistake." So she started laughing. That broke the ice, and she shaved the knee and had to Benadine or whatever, the alcohol and all that, and she literally did my knee all the way down to my foot, and I was like, okay, whatever. She's newer, but she really cared because she really did a good job scrubbing and caring, and had the other nurse look at it, and that was pretty cool. And I do remember his name, Dave, and he was a lieutenant or an officer in the infantry that got out due to some health issues, and I really respect that as well. And we had a great conversation, so I was kind of worried because he came in to do the IV. And, you got this big guy, infantry, 11B, right? I was 12B, 13B, but I'm like, wait a second. So we started joking and talking about veteran work and all that, and American Legion. It was pretty cool. And he just goes right in. He says, "Man, I'm really sorry. It's going to hurt." And he tapes it. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, "Well, I'm done." I said, I didn't even feel go in. I mean, the guy did such a great job. And so that was remarkable. And then they had besides those nurses coming in all the time, and it was really cool. Then they allowed my chastity to come in and sit there, and that was really nice. Then the anesthesiologist nurse came in and said, "Hey, look, here's what's going on." I told her, "Look, I resist things, a lot of agency training, but I need you to accommodate that. Put me out quick, distract me, and then I'll go under quicker, and I will feel better later. I won't feel groggy, sick, and all that." Because one time, I was sick for days like a dog, and I didn't know who I was for one day. I remember that surgery. Oh my God, it was horrible. But having said that, she understood. She listened. She was very respectful. Types in the computer. She leaves. The doctor, anesthesiology doctor comes in. Dr. Lerner, who was my ortho doctor, and he has the backup doctor there. I mean, everybody's there. I mean, it's just, I understand the complexity of it. It was cutting off blood flow and nerve damage and pushing the bones apart. They took out a golf ball, basically. They were talking about taking out a grain of rice. And I said, there is no way a grain of rice is up to maybe the size of a bean was causing that trouble. I said, hey, but I'm not a doctor like that, so whatever. So long story short, I get in there. The lady's doing everything I told her to distract me. I go out, boom. They hit me with the Propanol, I guess. That's what Chris Cody was saying. And that was it. I was done. And I was like, this is great. I wake up. I'm kind of groggy, but I knew once the secret. Just get moving. And if you get moving, your body processes. You got to go to the bathroom, drink water, all that, and you just feel better. I feel like an hour later, mentally, I felt like a champ. And Chassie was saying there's a big difference. You just look a lot better than last time, or last surgeries in general. But then but the knee obviously hurts quite a bit. I said, man, my knee's really pounding, and they wanted to give me narcotics because that's the standard. And I said, no, I'm not taking anything. And then Chassie says, why don't you take an ibuprofen? I said, well, I'm a tough honey badger. I'm not going to take ibuprofen because if I take ibuprofen, then I'm going to start thinking I'm okay. And I'll start having too much confidence. And plus, I had a DEC meeting, Department Executive Committee meeting, and I want to be there because I want to show them that this means so much to me, and there's so many good things to talk and so many good people to meet, that even though this knee is pounding like there's no tomorrow, I want to be there to let them know that my friendships matter more than just a little bit of pain. And that's very important to me to understand that. The other aspect of it, too, is they took a golf ball basically out. And I said, what happened to the pea? I thought we were talking about a bean or a pea or rice or something. And they were like, well, it was bigger than we knew. It was kind of deceptive because of the way the MRI took it. So apparently that's why my knee had been so painful over the years, and there was a lot of blood flow issues and nerve damage and all that. So I was very respectful. They went in. It took them an hour to do the procedure. But I think what's important here, and I want to end with this, is that while there are criticisms of any professional and criticism of any medical services, I get that. Is there something they could have done better? Maybe. But at the end of the day, the Veterans Affairs people took great care of me. And not only do I know what's happening here, I have replacement stuff to put on. They made sure that I knew what my follow-ups were. They gave me a beautiful set of crutches. I almost feel bad taking them because I feel like I should return them, but they told me I could keep them. Excellent care. And I'm very thankful for that. And I hear so many people criticize, and it bothers me because I don't think they realize there's a lot of good people working there, and they are doing their best. And to tell you the truth, I've never been treated better in medical care, and I want people to hear that because it's very important. Another aspect of it, too, is to thank the country for that, because I think a lot of people forget that while we're veterans and we get things in for our service, and some people say we earned it, it doesn't matter. A grateful country said that's okay to fix his knee, and that means a lot. So, not to get too teary-eyed, but I do appreciate that a great deal, and I wish everyone the best day, and I'll see a lot of you at the DEC later today. Thank you.